Thank you for picking up the Sticks. This is episode 28, Sticks Gaming Podcast. I am Mike Kernat. To my right, taking a drink, is Mike Steak Carnian.
What's going on?
To my left, Art the Shadow Rosian.
Ooh.
I don't know how to respond to that one.
You are way too pale to be the Shadow.
Fair point.
Be spotted everywhere.
So, here's some of our new digs.
Woo!
We're in the man cave.
We are in the man cave.
Work in progress. Table in progress.
Yes.
Position in progress.
Everything in progress. We're figuring it all out.
But we're making progress.
We are. I know it's a good start.
Yeah,
Very good start.
I said I really hope, like when we were looking through the viewfinder for the camera, how cool this actually looks with the red on the sides and white. We got some other plans to do some stuff in the background, but we're recording a little bit early, so we got some post-production, some pre-production, things like we know what the hell we're doing type of stuff.
My post-production is going to be sleep.
And your pre-production, and possibly your
all my production,
and your actual production is going to be sleep as well.
So my post-production will be hell.
If you start hearing snoring coming through the recording, I passed out.
Someone finally fell asleep during this podcast.
I'm praying that I will have the new intro on this video. So I hope you enjoyed the new intro if it was there.
If not, watch out for soup.
If it's not, look out for the next episode because I am currently going through all the artwork right now. So I just got to figure out how to put it together.
If it's not there, then check the next one. Just keep checking.
Yeah, just keep checking. Just keep looking.
Check them all. Tell your friends to check, and everyone you know to check.
Exactly. But we'll get a. I mean, I think you'll know if the intro's on here because we'll have an uplift on our images on Facebook and
Very
Twitter
cool.
and stuff like that too. So
nice.
Yeah.
Steak.
Yep.
What you playing?
I completed Yeast Memories of Salsada.
Every time.
So that was Yeast 4 for those of you who have not been following through with the rest of the previous episodes here.
If that doesn't make any sense to you, it doesn't make any sense to me.
Nope.
I've been sitting right next to him. Explanation. I have no idea what you're talking about.
This one took into 20 hours. So this one took a lot longer. It's phenomenal though. It's very good. So if you have a Vita, awesome art JRPG, awesome action JRPG. So it's a lot of fun. The series is a lot of fun. But since the fifth one, as I said last time, is that fan translated Super Nintendo game, I'm like, all right, you know what? I just blasted through 5 different Yeast games. I'm gonna take a break. I'm gonna take a small break because Yeast 8 is coming out. I think it's the end of May, so I do want to get through these so I can get when that comes out. But I hear 6 is really difficult, and I heard 7 is very good though. And it's just if I can't get through 5, like I said, I'll just read the story.
Yeah,
no
I think
big
it's
deal.
really remarkable how much they change. So they sound wildly different.
Well, the main thing though too is so these PSP ones, these are kind of the PSP one for the last one, the Oath of Felghana, and then this one, the Vita, they were reimagines of the third and fourth one. So the original third and fourth ones were a lot shorter than these two were.
Yeah.
And now these ones are a little bit more to them and everything. The actual side quests and stuff like that.
Cool.
But yeah, so I'm looking forward to seeing if I can. I'm hoping I can get through the fifth one, but from what I've heard, it's brutal to get through just because even with the French translation, it makes sense and stuff. It's just it's hard to play.
So it's hard to play and possibly poorly translated.
Yeah,
that's a bad combination.
Exactly. So
it sounds like a fun weekend.
Yeah. So chances are I'll probably just read the summary on that one. So let's take a break from that. I jumped into another JRPG that I started a long time ago, and I'm finally, I think, close to the end of it. Tales of R. It's on the Vita.
Tales of Art.
No.
That wouldn't be an exciting
game. You have 3 options: sleep, eat, and sleep.
Sleep, eat, speak in a monotone voice.
That'll work.
That's when your charm is at 50, though.
I'll play it.
You good?
Very early in the game, you unlock the hate.
Yeah.
You were born with the hate.
Awesome. But yeah, Tales of Art, it's part of the Tales of series on the Vita. I think it was originally a DS game that they brought to Vita in Japan, and then eventually brought it here. It looks awesome on the Vita. It looks really, really good. So I'm almost finished with that. And then I also just got yesterday the Wonder Boy for the Nintendo Switch, the remake.
It's really cool.
It's cool.
We weren't far.
I said 6 words.
Oh, wait. We're still going.
We're not going to cut any of that shit out. That was golden.
I don't know how much it did get or didn't get, so I'll have to listen to that later. So we'll see.
Moving forward.
If it does get cut out, we just lost power. I
Yeah,
guess.
something. I really don't know what the hell happened. That's so weird.
Your power's on there. You see it after.
When it's connected, it's not supposed to turn off. So I'll get that setting up.
Welcome to the Six Troubleshooting
We're also
Podcast.
constantly in the red on this one too.
Well, it's a lot. it's everyone always says how quiet we are.
That's true too. Well,
so it's a lot higher. I can normalize it though, the audio. So, but back to Wonder Boy. So Wonder Boy for the Nintendo, for the Nintendo Switch. It's the remake, and the art style is very cool, very gorgeous looking game. Very fucking hard. I started on normal. I started all over again on easy, and it's still hard. But at least I'm making slowly but surely progress, because even if you die, you don't lose your equipment, or how much money you made and stuff like that. So it's kind of like, all right, just keep grinding and then buy new armor, get through this. But it's really cool. With a touch of a button, you could switch between the modernized graphics and the old school retro graphics.
Nice.
So that's really neat. So like you could look at it and be like, okay, this is what they imagined. What was it originally look like? Oh, it was blue, like blue with red walls. Cool. Like, but. Yeah, but other than that, I mean, it just came out yesterday, so I just downloaded it yesterday. I honestly originally had no intentions of getting it. Like, I remember kind of seeing it, and I was watching a couple people play it. And I'm like, no, this looks really freaking cool. So it's hard, but I'm looking forward to digging more into it for sure.
Art, what's your plan? Don't say nothing. Don't say nothing.
It's close to it. So I played. Fun story here. I played Hitman. They had one of their elusive targets out, which, if you're not aware of what those are, it's like they create a mission, and it's only good for like a week, and you have one shot at it. If you die or you get caught, it's done. It's over. You can't do it again.
Wow, that would be frustrating.
But it's like you can't start it over again. Only gets triggered like once you kill one of the targets. So, but like if you get killed, it's over. But if you can go through like the mission, and like you can start getting shot, and if you're quick enough, you can restart the mission.
Okay. So as long as you don't die.
As long as you don't die or you don't kill one of the targets.
Got it. Okay.
You can restart. But so I was going through, and this guy they had me, trying to kill. He was walking like a very small pattern and a very large group of people. So I'm like, what the fuck can I do to like create some chaos to throw things off here? So he walks out on this patio, and I see like a wire on the ground. It's like, oh, expose this wire to electrocute someone. I'm like, all right, cool, let's do this. So I do it, and me being the genius that I am, I didn't realize I was in a puddle when I did it. So I killed myself. And there was no rage, there was no anger. I'm just sitting there with the controller. I'm like, what the fuck?
Should have done that.
So there's that. I played some Papers, Please, as I was sitting in a training course on my computer and not listening to the guy. Just started playing Papers, Please.
That sounds good.
I wish I had that option.
Yeah, right?
And then a few weeks ago, I bought Just Cause 3 for the PC. Just because I'd heard... Everything I'd heard about it sounded like it sucked on consoles because consoles couldn't handle everything that was going on. So my thought was, oh, this is going to be like a super like high-resolution game. Everything's going to be great.
Right.
And, tons of enemies and explosions and everything else. And so I started playing that on my computer. It's a resource hog. I think
really
I had my my resource monitor open while I was playing it on one screen, and it got up to using like 7 gigs of RAM at one point.
Holy shit!
Yeah. The game I'm only
look gorgeous though, or yeah.
I feel like I've
what
seen.
do you think it's doing then? Is it just like
just not optimized? Maybe
I don't know.
Side note: I don't know if you saw on the PlayStation blog they had the talk between Neil Druckmann from Naughty Dog and one of the guys from Gorilla who made.
Yeah, I haven't had a chance to check that out yet.
They show some really cool technical aspects to that game, I don't know, they're showing like a cone of vision, like your character, and like how everything that's not in that vision basically like blips out. So it's like the world is basically disappearing around you, but you're unaware of it because you can't see it from the camera. And,
right.
But then they basically pull the game back so you can actually see it happen. It's wild to watch like the cone of vision, like the vision move.
Yeah.
And then things just like disappearing and popping back in and popping back out. And like I can't even imagine like the technical prowess of the engine to do that and not like respawn stuff or come back weird or like God knows what else is gonna fuck up.
So did you read anything about like all the fallout from that?
No.
So like they showed that, and like a lot of people in games media in the gaming community are like, wow, that's really cool. I had no idea that games did that.
Yeah.
And a bunch of like developers, like not heads of studios or anything, but like just people who program the games jumped on and they're like, yeah, it's called this. I can't believe how do you not know this is going on? And, like shitting on people who find this interesting.
Okay. Oh
Which
my
I-
god.
They shat directly on me because I found it interesting.
I'll say it's turned into like a bitching back and forth between like media people and these developers, and it's like, everyone's always saying how developers don't get the credit they deserve, and people are trying to give them more attention, give them more credit, more recognition, and then they these handful of guys come out and do something like this. It's like, well, fuck you. That's why. That's why nobody talks about you trolls that hide away in a studio, grinding away.
Well, shit. Well, I'm sorry I brought it up then.
But anyway, I only played, like, I'm in the very early stages of the game. I mean, I feel like, Horizon and Uncharted 4 look better. I mean, I don't think there's anything like, and, I'm playing on a GTX 1070 graphics card, so I have the graphics maxed out.
Yeah.
I have a 1080p monitor, so, I don't know what is going on in this game that eats up the resources like that, but I mean it's okay so far. But I think I'm still in the tutorial stages, so I don't want to pass judgment on it yet. I'll still play it a bit more before I give up or go all in.
Makes sense.
I see those games get a lot better after you get off that tutorial crap. It's like, all right, now here you go, do whatever the fuck you want, and here's a whole bunch of new shit.
Right. But yeah, that's it.
Cool.
I haven't been playing much.
It's my line, asshole.
But I've been playing a lot of one thing, and that is Horizon. I have gotten. Based on the game progress, I'm at about 50% right now. So,
okay.
I mean, there's a shit ton of collectibles, and I know how all that stuff's calculated. But
you've surpassed me a lot by now. I'm guessing.
Yeah, I've gotten to like level 25 with my character, and I'm unlocking like high level corrupted areas. Basically, like some of the machines have there's corrupted areas where the machines are like more powerful. There's usually there's more of them. They have more health. So then you gotta clear those areas out. Is one of those. It's one of the side quests you gotta do is to clear them out. But I found, man, they got some really imaginative robot dinosaur guys in there. Like Dinobots, and but they have a really awesome variety to them, and I'm starting to figure out how to attack each one individually now, which is really adding a level of like puzzle to the game, because sometimes you'll see like 3 different types of robots all in the same area, and some of them are easier to kill stealth, some are easier to kill like long range, some of them you got to get up close with and you got to like tie them down or whatever, and you can't do all those at the same time. So like trying to figure out like the order of operations to take out a patch of bad guys is becoming like my new favorite thing to do, because it really is inventive, and there's a lot of trial and error, and there's a lot of death along with that, because sometimes you choose wrong. And like I'm trying to tie this thing down, but it's up in the air and they got flying ones we didn't know about.
Can you tie one to the other?
No, I cannot. At least in mine, at least with the weapons I have so far, no. But really, like,
I'm just picturing putting one of the one of the watchers and one of the bigger ones get dragged around just chasing you.
But what do you do like when you get to the time when you can corrupt more of them? Like, because you can have them take control of some of them. If you can corrupt one of them, they're gonna start fighting, and then they're gonna go all the other robots. Ooh. Really like
Dinobot Fight Club.
Yeah, it really is, because sometimes they have like 2 of them on there. Like they have this big kind of like almost like a big tiger type one. I walk and I can override those now, and I got into a field that had 2 of them. I corrupted one of them and just stood back and watched them kill each other. It was awesome.
That's awesome.
Luckily, mine won, so I didn't do anything beyond that. So, but like it's really, when you have that level of satisfaction when you're like setting a trap and they're going into the trap and you get a chance to corrupt one and it causes another diversion, so I can like get the close up guy while the other guys are going. All the other bad guys are going to the corrupted one, and like there's such a wide variety of things to do and such a wide. A spectrum of toys to play in that world too. A lot of different, like I said, traps and weapons and upgraded weapons. On top of it being a really cool story and environment and everything that goes along with it, I'm liking the game more and more, and I'm getting into it. I'm not getting tired of it, and I'm probably a good 20-25 hours into it at this point. But I'm getting to that point too where it's just like I'm done like all the different side missions, so I'm almost overpowered for like the story missions now. So which is kind of what I want to do, because
which is fine though. Yeah,
exactly. I kind of like taking the story mode, the story elements for the story pieces of it. I'm not really looking for the challenge of it.
Right.
If I want to do the challenge, I got the hunting grounds with the corrupted zones and things like that. So it's a really awesome variety of things to do in that one game, and it's really all I've played outside of my homework that I'll be talking about later. Steak.
Awesome.
What's coming out next couple weeks?
Some stuff.
Good stuff.
All right.
Good stuff.
Bad stuff.
No, actually,
Indifferent stuff.
Actually, some pretty good stuff. Batman Arkham VR is coming out for the Rift, Oculus, and the Vive. Oculus Rift. Why would it do that? Oh, I don't know. Whatever. April 25th. Dragon Quest Heroes 2 for the PlayStation 4, April 25th. Outlast 2 for the PS4 and Xbox One, April 25th. I didn't realize that was coming out already. Here we go. All right, you guys ready to butcher this? Puyo. I can't do it.
Nailed it.
I can't do it. I got it the first time.
Just throw it out there.
The first time I got it, I didn't get it the second time I didn't
You
say
were
it.
good and you thought.
Oh,
that was your problem.
I started thinking about it. Ah, damn it. Puyo. Tetris. Did I have a Japanese accent there for that or something? I
Have a drink, try to.
Close enough.
We'll revisit at the end of the show.
Nintendo Switch and the PS4, April 25th.
I thought it was a Switch exclusive.
No, PS4 as well.
Oh, okay.
But something like that, I would like to play. I think on the Switch,
I
like
agree.
handheld mode, I would totally go up with it. Sniper Ghost Warrior 3 for PS4, Xbox One, and PC, April 25th. Siberia 3 for PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC.
So I played the
April
first,
25th.
Yes, I played the first Siberia on a PC. It's like one of those classic point and click adventure ones, and
Oh, these are phenomenal.
it was awesome. That one is like that was one of those ones like that is so slow. Like you really need to love the genre to love it, and it is one of those like awful voice acting. That is granted. This like came out like maybe the first one came out maybe early 2000s.
The second one was a lot better.
Second one was a lot better. Yeah.
But they're really interesting games. The story's cool.
I'm excited to play a third one.
What Remains of Edith Finch for PS4 and PC, April 25th. Wilson's Heart for the Rift, April 25th.
Is it the guy from Home Improvement?
No, so it's the it's the volleyball. They've gotten down to a heart now.
Oh, awesome.
It's not just a head anymore.
That's sweet.
Is the heart like a coconut or something?
Warhammer 40,000, Dawn of War 3 for the PC, April 27th. I didn't even know they're coming out with the second. I actually used to play the second one back in the day. It was awesome. It was a lot of fun. I'm terrible at those games, like the StarCraft type games, but it was a lot of fun. Little Nightmares for PS4, Xbox One, and PC, April 28th. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe for the Nintendo Switch, April 28th.
I'm at 2.
Oh, we'll be having.
They finally put out a game for the Switch, and I'm interested in.
We'll be having some tournaments going, I'm sure. Well, I pre-ordered those new neon controllers, so I could have 4 of them. Yeah, the new neon yellow ones for arms as well, because I really feel like I need to get arms.
We'll get into
that later, but yeah.
I mean, we can just have a fight club in your backyard instead.
Well, yeah, we can do that too.
with the controller stuff.
You're right, yeah. Portal Knights for PS4, Xbox One, and PC, April 28th. And last but not least, Prey for PS4, Xbox One, and PC, May 5th. I can't believe that's May 5th already.
I know. And like,
I'm so pumped for that game.
I don't know anything about that game outside of what I heard. Outside of what I heard today, because like the media's got a chance to look at it finally,
Right, yeah,
and they had one of the things you can do, like you have like the your skill tree, and you can pick, and you can start putting on basically they've reverse engineered some of the alien hardware, so you can actually use it for your own advantage. So if you use too much of the alien technology in your body, the ships and like the locations you're in will start reading you as an alien, and start like turret guns will start turning on you when they should be fighting. Like I think that's a really cool.
That's awesome.
Really cool balancing. I don't think I've ever seen in a game before.
Yeah, all the gameplay videos I've seen of that looks fucking awesome.
Yeah, it's Bethesda, and it's Bethesda. So
right.
It's like anything they do, I'll at least take a good look at.
They said a demo was supposed to be soon, so it should be
next week.
Next week, okay. So the week before.
It'll be the week this podcast comes out.
Okay, so next week. So yeah, so the week before it comes out then. Okay, cool. So be sure to look out for the demo. And then just a reminder, PlayStation Plus for April games, Drawn to Death on PS4, Lovers in a Dangerous Space Time for PS4, Invisibles, The Lost Kingdom for PS3, Alien Rage Extended Edition for PS3, 10-Second Ninja for PS Vita, cross-buy with PS4, and Curses and Chaos for the PS Vita, cross-buy on PS4. And then the Xbox games with gold for April. You can still download Rise, Son of Rome for Xbox One until April 30th. Then on the 16th, you were able to start downloading The Walking Dead Season 2, and you can do that through May 15th. For Xbox 360, that's also playable on Xbox One. You missed out on Darksiders if you didn't get it already. And right now, until April 30th, you could download Assassin's Creed Revelations.
Extra.
It's time for the news. Okay, so Nintendo's announced that they're discontinuing the NES Classic. NES Classic, we hardly knew ye. In a statement, Nintendo said, throughout April, Nintendo of America territories will receive the last shipments of the NES Classic systems for this year. We encourage anyone interested in obtaining the system to check with retail outlets regarding availability. We understand that this has been difficult for many consumers to find a system, and for that we apologize. We've paid close attention to consumer feedback, and we greatly appreciate the incredible level of consumer interest and support for this product.
We're so sorry. We're just not going to give it any availability
Right?
at all.
Like, what the hell? What the shit?
Two things. That and then talking about no more this year. I don't know if that's just like a weird like translation thing for them or what.
That
But,
might
like,
have been, I think that might have been a bad translation there.
I'm not sure if it's a bad translation thing or if it's like a never say never type thing.
Okay.
Oh, I guess that's true.
Yeah,
Back again for 1 week.
I know,
Each
right?
store's got 2 of them. Get in line now. Yeah.
I don't get it. I mean, I'm sure that there is a very good and valid reason for it, and they should share that with the people that they're upsetting or like letting down with like, people not being able to get this thing. Because that thing, if it had the supply to the demand of this thing, I can't even imagine.
They would make so much money off of this thing. It's got to cost them what, $5 to make these? $10 to make these? Like,
it must be holding up like production of either the Switch or some Amiibo thing or God knows what else. Like,
Gotta get them Amiibos.
Oh yeah,
that's what that kept them afloat in the Wii U years. Like,
yeah.
the Amiibo stuff.
That was the only thing that kept them going.
Aware. So, additionally, a Nintendo representative told IGN that the NES Classic Edition wasn't intended to be an ongoing long-term product. However, due to high demand, we did add extra shipments to our original plans, and they said the company has no plans to produce more NES Classics for North America. Rolling off of that, Eurogamer reports that they have sources that say Nintendo will be releasing a Super Nintendo Mini in time for the holidays. Hey, you want to know why they stopped releasing NES Classics?
Yeah.
So they can produce enough SNES Classics for the holidays.
That's fine. And now
that I'm thinking about it, like that kind of worries me though. It's like, okay, yeah, we're gonna produce more of these. Is it gonna be like the same quality type of games though as the NES one had?
I know. I do want to. We talked about it before the show. I want to make a list of our SNES Classic.
I need some thought on that.
I
can't spit that out right now.
No, absolutely not.
Next one.
I definitely need some thought.
Next one. We'll start. So since this came up, I mean, they're clearly not going to announce this anytime soon. No. I highly doubt it. They'll probably announce it around E3 would be my guess. So next one, that will be one of our things we do. So think about it now, and we'll come up with that for next time.
Yeah, I don't know. It still seems weird and feels weird. Like I don't know. Like I'm hoping it's a never say never thing because I do love mine. I just don't understand how something so cheap and such like a no brainer for like them and for the consumer. Like why they didn't do it outside of it being some weirdo production issue or something to do with emulation on the not emulation but the virtual console on the Switch at some point. I don't know. It doesn't make sense.
I think part of it too is their estimation for how this thing was going to sell was wrong from the get-go.
Yeah.
Because the original talk was this is going to be in Walgreens and CVS's.
Right, yeah, exactly.
These places that aren't electronics retailers.
Right.
And they never got there because the electronics retailers sold them like that
the
second they were in stock.
Yep.
All right, next story. Microsoft is testing out refunds for digital purchases. To be eligible for return, games must have been purchased less than 2 weeks prior and have been played less than 2 hours. It's currently available to insiders only.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's awesome.
That's awesome.
It's awesome.
Hang on, I have to change documents to get to the last story. All right, so last thing, Nintendo held a Direct on April 12th. They announced a shit ton of stuff.
a ton of release dates, which was really surprising to me more than anything else.
Moving on through the shit ton here, and you guys just jump in when you have comments.
Will do.
I'm just reading straight off the agenda you typed up here, Mike.
Good.
A bunch of 3DS games, which they're still supporting the 3DS, which I'm kind of surprised by.
This is through like the
is
year.
This the death rattle?
This is yes.
I don't know if this is the death rattle, man.
really
I don't know. We'll see.
So they have Hey Pikmin coming out on July 28th.
Hey Pikmin,
which looks cool.
And got a bunch of other stories here, or games here that don't have release dates next to them. So maybe
I don't think they did.
Maybe I don't think these are the ones that didn't.
They have Monster Hunter Stories, RPG Maker, Miitopia, Fire Emblem Echoes, Shadows of Valentia, and 3 Kirby games.
25th anniversary.
25th anniversary. Holy shit! I'm actually playing.
Been sucking for 25 years.
All right.
Speaking of my NES Classic, I'm playing Kirby's Dream Land right now.
Oh, nice.
I'm trying to play all the way through it.
Yeah.
I like that game.
I enjoyed Kirby.
The Kirby franchise, did that originate on the Game Boy?
It was either Kirby's Dream Land was on Game Boy first or the NES one. I don't know which one was out first. I honestly don't know.
I don't know.
I played the original Game Boy one.
In my head, I remember it being on Game Boy before.
It was phenomenal. I love that game.
I had a Game Boy before I had an NES, so maybe that's why I remember it that way too.
I could beat that game in 20 minutes now on the Game Boy. Oh, yeah. I know exactly how to get through it. It's awesome. I love that game so much.
Speed running strats?
Pretty much. Oh, yeah. When you're Kirby, you could float as long as you want holding up. So you just float the whole time at the top of the level and skip just about everything. Yeah. When it came out on the Virtual Console on the 3DS, I was like, yes. Half hour later, that was great. My old self would be proud of myself.
Hey, 8-year-old me, check this out.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so they announced some new amiibos for Zelda, Cloud from Final Fantasy VII, and Bayonetta.
Which was a year and a half promise that they're finally fulfilling.
Yeah, the Cloud and Bayonetta ones look cool.
Yeah. And there was another one in that set, like another Smash Brothers one that I didn't recognize.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway.
They announced a release date for ARMS of June 16th. They also debuted new characters, single-player modes, and 2v2 gameplay.
Yeah, they had some really... They had a pretty long segment of that for ARMS.
I read some other stuff on it, too, where it's like... They also introduced something where it's like a system where like you choose different arms for the characters that have different abilities or different like elemental powers and stuff.
Yep,
which definitely
really
makes
cool.
the game more interesting than just two jackasses with.
Right, yeah. And that's the thing too. It's like when we played at the event, like. Now that I've played at the event, I've played it once, like I won't make the same mistake when I get it. Is like I was trying to play it like Wii boxing, where you're just punching, you're just trying to punch it. No, it's actually strategic. Like you have to take your time with each arm and like let it shoot back and think about what you got to do. Like there's some serious depth to this game.
Yeah, and every time they talk about it, they seem to be adding more because I think there's like 10 or 11 different arms you can put on that thing, and they talk about each.
All the ones they showed off were awesome. Yeah, and I love the girl with the ramen, ramen arm.
One ramen arm, one and
dragon. You turn a dragon when it's charged. That's awesome.
Each guy has their own individual like superpower and things like that. I thought I thought it was deeper when we played it than I thought it was going to be already. And they seem to keep adding more and more, and they added like that shooting gallery type of thing where you're like to
little mini games and stuff. And then, keep it going.
The 2-on-2 looked nuts.
That looked crazy.
I can't imagine doing that 2-on-2.
Freaking crazy. That's a lot of Joy-Cons you need too.
A lot of Joy-Cons. That is. What is that? That's $280 a Joy-Con right there. Damn.
8 Joy-Cons.
Can I invest in Joy-Cons?
Yeah.
Joy-Cons are up today.
Well, like I said, it's enough that
NES Classic has been delisted.
Yeah, it's enough that I had to pre-order another.
Not been delisted. Have you seen eBay since they announced that?
They skyrocketed.
$300 for that NES Classic.
Insane.
Do we still have that one that we were giving away?
No.
I didn't have a chance to buy a second one, and I passed it up.
Tony's got it.
Where's our pictures?
Tony's got it. Yeah, Tony, where's our pictures?
Where's our pictures, Tony, where's our pictures?
Although I did take pictures of dropping it off to him, and I never posted those either. So that's also my fault for that.
Where's our pictures?
Yeah. On my phone.
Where's the pictures?
I'll get them up there. I'll post them up. You know what? In the video. Now that I have time to add shit, I'll actually listen to it and go through it. Yeah. Right over the whole thing of all of us.
Right where our faces staring at the camera.
See, I actually delivered it. I swear.
I don't believe you have to search your house.
It'd be in the man cave here if I had it, okay?
They announced a release date for Ultra Street Fighter 2 of May 26th and first-person mode where you throw fireballs with the Joy-Cons.
Yep.
Hadouken!
Yeah. This doesn't seem right. How's the release date May 26th when this game came out like 15 years ago, 20 years ago?
Well, it's the Ultra Super final round is what this one is. It's the ultimate, penultimate.
It's the first time they've added 2 characters to this game in years.
Don't think about this.
Do not
second last. Don't think about the sentence I just said. All right.
And it looks amazing. The HD graphics look awesome.
It looks really
I don't care. Cool. I'm spending $40 on it again.
I spent my $40 on that game when it was in fucking arcades when it first came out.
Amen to that. And on Super Nintendo. Mm-hmm. Speaking of Super Nintendo Classic.
Ooh.
They announced Minecraft for the Switch. May 11th release date with a Super Mario mashup, which I imagine will be like a skin pack and maybe some different blocks.
They put it out for Wii U as well, and it has like a bunch of like this. It reskins the whole game looks like Mario, and you have like the actual
Wii U is like that, which will not be spoken of. Wii U is a disappointing stepchild in Nintendo right now. We don't talk about that one.
That you chain up in the attic.
We don't talk about that one. This one here gets straight A's and is on the debate team.
It sold 1 million already, but I think that's really smart to have it out this soon because again, Wii U.
Sure.
It was forever by the time I got there. Like having it within the first couple months of the launch, I think is genius.
No, absolutely. I just can't believe Minecraft's still what it is. I cannot.
It's
believe
always
it.
fuck, dude.
I could never get into it. I still can't get into it, but I just can't. I cannot believe it's still this phenom
I think I'm Minecraft out officially. Like I try playing, I can't punch another tree.
I'll say Phil Spencer today tweeted about like, oh my god, like I just saw what they're working on. It's amazing. Like it's like, so there's going to be another huge E3 presentation during the Microsoft conference about Minecraft, and it's just like, how does this keep going? They keep coming. This is insane.
At some point, it's got to go to 2. I mean, it's got to go to Minecraft 2 at some point. Yes, I think. I think just to make it Microsoft's. Because again, this is something that shows up on everything.
True.
Like it could be like a timed exclusive type thing or whatever it is. They'd be dumb not to put it out on everything because I mean that's where they.
Well, that could be the beginning of the end though too.
For what?
Minecraft releasing a second one. Like that sometimes does that to some of those type of games.
Agreed, but I think that I really think that they would do something to make it worth their purchase of and get people to come into their own ecosystem as opposed to putting it out on fucking everything.
True.
At least in a timed fashion.
I agree.
They announced Payday 2 for the Switch.
Which is shocking.
That's crazy. That came out of nowhere.
Yeah, I thought that came out of nowhere, and I think it's kind of funny because it's not always online. Because, I mean, if you're traveling on an airplane, I don't know how you play Payday. Outside of playing with the bots,
Right.
They're dumb as shit.
Yeah, I mean, you would play with bots.
Yeah, which I do a lot of anyway.
Yeah.
Love Payday.
How do you think I knocked off the Ukraine job?
Payday is like the most Payday is the most popular game that no one talks about. Like it has a huge,
it's a huge following. It does.
And
yeah.
no one plays it, and I do love that game.
I was balls deep in that game when it first came out, and then like everyone stopped playing.
Yeah,
it was just me there at level 50. You know, robbing jewelry stores in a minute and a half. Well, the messed up thing too is like when I hit that level, it's like I finally unlocked like C4 to blow safes, and like I just unlocked it. And everyone's like, I'm done. Bitch. They announced Monopoly for the Switch with HD Rumble Dice.
Yeah.
Woo!
Monopoly.
Good game to have on there. Why not?
Sure.
It's Monopoly. That's why not.
Yeah. Well, I hate Monopoly personally, but I mean, it makes sense.
I can't flip your TV when the game starts going to shit.
True.
I'm surprised you don't have more.
You can flip the dog.
Like why not? Why not have like Scrabble on there, but be like the Jack Party Pack games where you have like your tiles on your phone.
Yeah.
I think that would be
all of those games they could do. Like I mean, like Trivial Pursuit. Like all of those would totally work on there.
Yeah, but I mean, again, because Switch is supposed to be portable. Like having a portable like desktop board game machine, I think would be really cool.
Yeah, I agree.
Let's see. They announced the Bandai Namco Museum announced for the summer.
Splatterhouse is in it.
Ooh.
That's the only game I want to play on that.
Me too. And
they announced Splatoon 2 will release on July 21st, and they debuted Salmon Mode, which apparently is a horde mode.
Yeah, that was really cool. It's player versus environment, 4-person horde mode, and it actually, I mean, the salmon guys look a little like out of character in that whole world. I mean, they look cool. I mean, don't get me wrong.
Oh yeah, no, they totally look cool.
You had the squiddy guys are all like super colorful and fun, and you blow up, and you're gonna come right back, and these squiddy things were kind of scary. So it looks pretty interesting. That's all you got.
That's it for the news.
That's it for the news. What do you think about some of that stuff? I mean, do you have any? I mean, me and him talked a little bit about it. But like, how do you feel about
it? Mario Kart.
Yeah. I can't wait.
Hey,
I can't wait.
I'm gonna school fucking everyone in Mario Kart.
Yeah, let me look through this list again here and see if there's anything that piques my interest. I can give a shit about the 3DS stuff.
Yeah, 3DS. I was just trying to get through.
Honestly, for me, I still love my 3DS. Yeah. So like the Hey Pikmin, that's something eventually I would like to play, just because like Pikmin always looked interesting, but the type of game it is hard for me.
Yeah.
But this is more like a side scroller.
Yeah, this is completely different than anything else from Pikmin stuff.
Yeah.
I could care less about amiibos. The stuff on ARMS seems interesting. I am interested in seeing that game at Snake's place.
We'll have some fun.
Bring your Joy-Con.
I don't have a Joy-Con.
And your bourbon.
Getting one.
Your bourbon.
I'll gladly bring bourbon. I'll bring a fucking Joy-Con.
Bring your bourbon. It's going to be a great night. We might end up just turning and punching each other.
It's all funny until someone gets punched. Sure gets a Joy-Con.
Yeah, we'll order pizza. It'll be fine.
Ultra Street Fighter 2. I think I've made my sarcastic comments on that. You know how I feel about that.
It looks so good.
Minecraft, I don't care about anymore. Payday. I mean, I like Payday, but having it be on Switch doesn't do anything for me.
I'm curious what version of Payday 2 is going to be on there too. You're going to have like, all this stuff.
I would think at this point they'd have to release the version, the Ultra Crime Wave edition or whatever that has everything. I mean, that's what, a 5-year-old game at this point? 4, 3, somewhere in there?
Yeah, about, yeah.
It's not new.
5. No, it's definitely not new. Yeah.
I don't know all the games in the Bandai Namco set, so no real opinion there. And Splatoon, I need to see more like video of that game or play a demo or something, because it's, it's a big name at this point. I know nothing about it.
I honestly think you would like it, because a couple
You
times
need to play it.
A couple times I've had a chance to play it. I know, like, when you play like the competitive first-person shooters, and especially when something that is like goal-oriented,
Yeah.
I think it drives you most nuts when people are trying to kill each other.
Yeah.
People really don't try to kill each other that much in this game. Like, that's a thing you can do, and it does help your team, and it does help your score.
Yeah.
But like, you are just really trying to just like paint the town your color, whatever it is,
Yeah.
and try to eliminate the people while they're doing that. So like,
People are usually more concerned with painting.
Paint the town white.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Semen.
They're squiddies.
So yeah, I mean, nothing
That
there.
makes sense, and they're. I got it now.
Nothing there really gets me excited, but I'm not a huge Nintendo guy. I'm
Sure.
perfectly capable of admitting that.
So outside of the Mario Kart, what would get you excited for a Switch?
Mario Kart. I'd like to see more of the new Mario game coming out at the end of the year.
That's going to be the E3
Yeah.
extravaganza.
Oh
this
yeah,
year.
that'd be huge.
I'm still waiting for these third-party titles that are supposed to be coming.
Okay. All right, that somewhat segues into our topic for the day. So, we've talked about this in the past. We're talking about, Steak and I, and Art to a lesser extent, all love our Vitas. Steak loves his Switch. And I think there's something to be said about playing games on like a handheld, something mobile. Either, for whatever reason, sometimes I think things feel better in that way. And we're going to have a counterpoint on this one, apparently, because Art does not agree. But the questions I'm asking is, like, if you do think that handheld gaming is better for some things, like, why do you think it is that way? Or, like, what doesn't translate from the big screen into the small screen and vice versa? So, I guess, like, for me, like, some things that come right to mind right away, or, like, I can't even imagine playing Hotline Miami on anything but my Vita. Like, I just can't. I don't know. It's because, and I think that is because the game is kind of claustrophobic to begin with.
Right.
And I think like zooming it down into that smaller screen really gives me a chance to, focus in on what's happening around me, which is very important in that game.
Yeah.
2, not so much. Maybe 2 would maybe actually benefit to having a bigger screen and how that all translates.
Even on a bigger screen, 2 is the stages are too big.
Okay. So
I like that game, and I'm willing to say they're too big.
But other things like Titan Souls, I played on my Vita. Again, I couldn't even imagine playing that anywhere else. Same thing with like Bastion. Bastion came out on a 360 originally.
Yeah.
And then I played it on my Vita. I know, is that just because that's my home console for that game, or is it to make it, does that game fit better on the small screen?
I think that's the case for some of these games. Like right now, like going through like the Yeast series, like these are perfect Vita type games, like handheld type games. Like I could not imagine playing these on the big screen. Like Yeast Origins, I did play on the big screen, but then like my third, while we go through my second playthrough, I've been doing remote play, and it's so much more comfortable. Like going through remote play on my Vita, playing that, and then playing these other ones on my Vita and stuff like that. It's just I don't know. It's just like that type of game, and like for me, like handheld in general, I tend to flock to. And I mean, I don't get me wrong, there's games on the console that can never be done on the handheld, and also like I played on the console, but if there was a handheld version of it, I probably would play it, only because I mean, like I don't have any kids yet, but even life's busy, and house and the wife and everything like that. Like I don't know, I just find I find more time to play. I find it easier to play my handhelds too than to play consoles sometimes.
Right. And on my side of things too, I think it's sometimes like just playing on the handheld is less intrusive to the environment around me. Like either people are sleeping or whatever it is, you know what I mean?
Sure, exactly.
So I feel like I can just kind of zero in on that. So I got a question for you, but hold on. So you're playing Zelda Breath of the Wild,
right?
Give me a percentage split of how much you're playing in handheld mode and how much you're playing on the big
90% handheld,
okay.
10% TV.
So 10% TV.
It was only because I was at home and I really wanted. I was like, I should probably check this out up here.
Okay.
I have not checked it out since though. They released the patch that supposedly fixes a lot of the frame rate issues they had. The frame rate that was another good part why it was on handheld for most of the time. Like it just runs so much better.
Okay. So it wasn't necessarily it was a technical thing as opposed to.
Well, that was part of it. It was definitely part of it, but also too, just like for me, like I watch a lot of sports and stuff, and I mean, especially now with the hockey playoffs going on and stuff, like I can have the game on going while I'm just sitting there playing Zelda at the same time.
Wait for the whistle.
Right? Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
Then you play Zelda.
Yeah.
So you've had 3DS, you've had Vita.
Yeah.
You just talked about your Game Boy from back in the day. Do you do that two screen thing like he does? Like, will you watch something on TV and play something, or is it like one or the other?
For me, it's usually one or the other.
Okay.
Well, here's the thing. So when my kid gets older and I can trust him to not be constantly trying to kill himself.
That's a great. That is why me and Beth don't have a third. We've gotten past that. Oh, you hungry? Go get some food.
Yeah, when he gets to the point where he's more self-sufficient, I don't have to constantly be watching him to bounce his head off a hard surface or a corner or something. Then I can see myself more, maybe pull out the Vita or whatever the hell is, the thing then, a year or two down the road. And, playing something while I'm sitting on the couch and he's doing something else. But it's like the way it is now, I have to be like hyper attentive to everything around me. And then when I do get that time where the kid's asleep and the wife's asleep and schoolwork's done, I just want to plop my ass on my couch and lean back and have my controller in my hand and just slouch and stare at the TV. And that's how I've always gamed, with the exception of when I had my Game Boy. My Game Boy was the first console that I had that was mine, that wasn't shared with it wasn't shared with my stepbrother and stepsister at my dad's house, or it wasn't my Atari that stayed at my dad's house. So when I had that, I played Game Boy all the time.
Right.
But it was all I had at that time. Ever since after that, when I got a Nintendo and everything else, I've always preferred the console on a TV as opposed to the handheld. And part of it is, even like when I have my phone, I don't like sitting like this. I don't like holding my arms up like this. I don't like staring at the small screens. And most of the games that I play on, with the exception of like the indies, so like the Hotline Miami or whatever other indies come out.
Yeah.
Most of the games I play, they don't make a portable version of. Usually probably because the hardware can't handle it.
Right.
Like if they still made a Madden game that was close to the full PlayStation version I could take on the go with me, I'd play the shit out of that.
Yeah.
I'd knock out a game on the train ride to work.
Switch.
And
I bought the last version of the show they put on Vita.
Right.
Which is 2 years ago.
Which was awesome.
Yeah. I love
it.
Was the 2013 version or something?
No, they put one out 2 years ago. Was the last one
15 or 14?
2014. I want to say is the last. I want to say 14 was the last
one.
I
don't
don't remember
getting that, even though the rosters will be terribly outdated, just because
you can download them on. You can download updated rosters through their roster update system in the game. Because I did that because I bought it last year. It was a 2 years ago game, and I had the current rosters for last year on there.
So I mean that would be something that would get me to consider it, just because I can take it on the go.
Yeah, 100%.
And that's like when we talked about all the speculation before the Switch came out. I said one of the things that interests me most is being able to take console quality games on the go with you.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now, granted, their biggest game so far, Zelda, is a console quality game that you can take on the go with you. However, I've never been into Zelda.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
So, I mean, when they start releasing some of these other, that's why I said I'm waiting for the third-party titles, because that's something that's more likely to grab me and be able to take on the go with me.
Right.
That's for me. At this point in my life, handheld consoles are it's an on-the-go machine for me.
Okay.
I mean, if I'm sitting in my house, I'm on the couch, and I have time to play games, I'd rather be doing it on my nice TV when with a recliner back, my feet up, and my hands in my lap with a controller.
Right. So, what do you play in your Vita?
But usually, for the most part, I play it either when you guys give me a terrible graphic novel, or
it's been a while. We should probably do another one soon.
I got you today. Don't you worry about that. I got you.
Or I play just random indie games. So like when we were in the Dells a few weekends ago, everyone was napping, or you guys were out, or something. It was everyone was napping. I'm sitting on the couch in the room, and I started playing Hotline Miami. Just because it's on there, it's something I know I can pick up. I can go.
That never leaves my Vita. It's always on there.
100%.
Yep.
That's one of those things I know I can I can boot it up. I will start from the first level, and I will just go until I'm done with it.
Sure.
Not done with the game, just done. I don't want to play anymore.
Right.
So you're more like the quick hits on
handheld.
Vita, yeah.
At this point, yes.
Yeah.
Until something comes out, and granted, I came in at the ass end of the Vita. Really, people are putting effort into the Vita.
Right.
Yeah, at this point, it's just kind of the quick hits, the indies, the stuff that I can kind of jump in, jump out.
And I found myself kind of gravitating towards that as well, because like I played, Golden Abyss on there. I played I'm playing a Killzone game right now, and I kind of like it. I mean, even those games you can still do that because you just hit the power button and you go to that sleep mode, you go right back into it. It's nice to have like a bookends to your play experiences. Like at the start, I accomplished something, I turned it off, and you can do that. I think significantly better on things like again like Downwell or we're gonna keep bringing up Hotline Miami because it's so goddamn good.
It really is.
So like I feel like when I'm doing more and more, like I found my handheld gaming has significantly shrunk when I originally got my Vita because I played through all the long stuff. But if I'm gonna be playing something bigger than that, like I do kind of like having it on a bigger screen for the more like grandiose experience.
The other thing is, I would probably use my Vita a lot more if remote play worked as well as it should, and if all the buttons were on the goddamn Vita that you need.
I was gonna ask that because
if you play a lot of, so like I like the more kind of like Japanese centric type games. So like Yakuza, Final Fantasy 15, Ys and all that. With how big the Vita is in Japan, they purposely make sure their controls are better on the Vita. So like you really don't use the back triggers ever in those games, like even on the console version. So you can play those. So like the other night I was I hadn't touched Yakuza in forever. I was like, I just want to pop back in here really quick. I have a little bit before I went to bed, and I just popped on my Vita. Boom! Like it was super nice. It was really nice.
Because I've had not great experiences when I try to remote play in my own house. Like sometimes it works fine, other times it's like
that's the problem though. It's so hit or miss. And I've even been in like my living room has my PlayStation and my router in the same exact room. I've been on the couch with my Vita losing connection, and I'm just like, I am right fucking in the between. The PlayStation's there, the router's behind me. I'm in the middle of both.
It's passing through me. How is this not working?
Come on. So I get what you're saying, like for sure about that, like understandably. But when it works so well, and I use it quite often.
When I was in Macon, like
making bacon.
They had a minor league hockey. They had a minor league hockey there, which was awesome. There was just goons, and there was like me and like 14 other people.
It's glory days.
But the name of hockey? Either that it really was.
Eddie Shore.
the name of I don't think it was this minor league hockey team, but one they had prior. Their name was the Macon Whoopee. And the guy.
Oh my God!
And you can find jerseys and T-shirts still online.
Bravo!
Because I was walking through the stadium and I saw a guy wearing a Macon Whoopee jersey. I'm like, that's hilarious. And I stopped the guy because I was hammered. And I was like, that's so funny. And he's just like, that, like this is a real thing. That used to be a team. I'm like, no, it's not.
You goofy Southerners.
You know what you're talking about, and he was right. So, sir, I'm sorry for doubting you.
That's awesome. I gotta find one of those jerseys and buy it.
So anyway, look at it. They're pretty funny. The fuck was I? What the hell was I talking about before Macon Whoopee?
Macon Whoopee.
Oh, when I was in Macon.
Yeah.
I did a remote play there a couple times, and I think I was messing around with one like the Telltale game, something not too crazy.
Okay.
That worked fine.
Yeah.
But I'm in my own house, my own Wi-Fi network, and that's where I have problems with it. It doesn't make any sense. But that being said, like when we were talking about like posture of gaming, you know what I mean? You find it? Here it is.
Oh my God. That is awesome. That is phenomenal. I need that jersey.
If that person wasn't lying, you were
I need that jersey.
If memory serves, I think the jersey was like purple.
Oh, that's even better. That is even. This just keeps getting better.
I completely derailed this whole thing, but
that's all right.
You started talking about making whoopee, and I had to look.
But I don't know. I like talking about like the gaming posture, and you're looking at things like that. I think that is very true because even like I'll find myself like on the couch, like I'll lean one way, and then I'll always end up in the same position, and I don't think I have that for handheld, but. Like I can't. I still to this day, like we talk about, things that are at home on there. Like I feel like so we talk about like the muscle memory of you sitting in that position. Like my muscle memory for those games are holding that handheld like that.
Yeah.
So like that's like the form factor and like the muscle memory and like the tactile nature of that game for me now. So I think I've made that mental connection. That's why I wouldn't play anything like that. I tried playing Transistor, which is the
yeah.
It's from the same team as Bastion, and actually that game is really, really cool.
It's really interesting.
I'll hopefully have more to talk about that at some point when I actually play more of it. But like I only play a little bit, and that doesn't exist in the Vita. It only exists on like the big consoles.
Right.
And it's like I wanted to play that
Yeah.
on my Vita just because for the same thing. Like I wanted to have that feel that I had when I played Bastion.
Well, let's see. There's been a few games where I want to play on Vita that were not available, and like I've even held off on some games because of it, and I still need to, like Axiom Verge, for instance. Like I held off on that game for so long because I'm like, no, I will not play this until this is a Vita game. Like this is a Vita like Metroidvania type games are Vita games.
I think things in that like 8-bit or 16-bit like aesthetic works there too.
No, Shovel Knight. I mean,
Shovel
that was the
Knight.
best.
Again,
I
only play that on Vita.
I put it on my PS4. I think I played a little bit on my PS4, and it just wasn't the same. It was like, no, screen's too big. Actually, I want it smaller screen.
Right.
I want it on my Vita.
I'm waiting for that. I'm waiting for Oceanhorn right now to be on Vita at some point too. I bought it. I'm hoping it's cross-buy.
Well, no, they. Oh yeah.
That's one of the people who made Binding of Isaac. You're fucked.
I'm sure.
Which, by the way, Binding of Isaac is a twin-stick shooter. I didn't mention that last time.
No, I think they already said that it was going to be a cross-buy.
That was a plan, but until I see it,
yeah,
I don't.
Yeah, they put a picture a couple months ago about it.
Cross-buy, cross-play on Vita.
I know.
Never released the Vita version.
I know.
Right.
I mean, Salt and Sanctuary actually came out though a couple, like what was it,
like
2-3 weeks ago?
Yeah.
Finally, after all these years.
2D side-scrolling
Dark Souls.
Dark Souls. Yeah.
It looks awesome, but I don't want to flip my Vita across the room.
Let the hate flow through you.
Yeah, I don't have a Nerf case like they had for the original DSs and stuff. When you're playing Contra 4,
there was a couple times when I was playing Titan Souls. I was glad I was playing on a bed.
I can see that. Yeah,
I had the wall of pillows in the head.
Yes.
Fuck this.
I can see that. Now for me too, like my Hatsune Miku games, like they look great on the. Your favorite game, Mark. They look great. They look great on the TV. Like they look very cool. They look very nice. They're very colorful and very sharp with the anime graphics and stuff like that. But there's so much, as Art knows, there's so much going on as you're trying to play this rhythm game. On the Vita, it's so much smaller screen, so you don't have to look everywhere. It's right there, whole thing.
That probably would have been useful.
Yeah.
I still probably would have sucked at it, but limiting the space you have to stare at for that would be a huge advantage.
See, I had the Japanese version of number 2 on physical if you want to ever borrow it, so you could try it on Vita.
You could do that. I am still. No, my game is better. I'm not gonna forego on my game.
But like so a game like that, like where there's so much going on, everything perfect for that. Yeah. Now, like the Telltale games, they were on the Vita for a while, but they never worked well on there.
Yeah,
but
they don't work well on PlayStation or Xbox.
They don't work well. Yeah, exactly. But those were the games. Like. Like I felt like they should be on Vita. Like that's like the type of game I would love to like play on Vita. Stuff like that.
When I was doing the remote play,
I gotta fucking get Guardians.
I was just gonna ask you if you did that.
I'm still trying to. I have my Batman issues. I can't get past episode fucking
Batman
3.
issues. I got my mommy issues.
So I don't know what I should do for this. Because I looked up the specs for this computer. No, I'm not doing it. It's gonna run like it'll run, but I don't know. I'm not gonna run it like ass. Like I'm not gonna do that.
If you're running like ass, you might as well get on the console.
Exactly. Yeah. At least let it look pretty, and then it just work whatever the fuck it feels like it.
Like I don't know if I don't know.
But I heard people were having problems again with the PS4 version. But the thing is, I've heard no issues with the Xbox version. But then again, same thing with the Batman PS4 issues. No issues with the Xbox. My fucking issue with Batman's on the fucking Xbox. Yeah. So I still don't know what to fucking do. I don't know what to get it for because I still have to figure out what I'm going to do with my gaming computer that I have. It's still at the parents' house. I don't know where I'm bringing it. I don't know what. But I wasn't sure about keeping it outside only because of like the temperature changing constantly with the hot, cold, all that. I don't know if that'd be good for the computer.
It's not great for cold.
I was gonna say it's probably not great, especially for winter.
Also, heat's not great.
Especially if I'm playing something, it gets even hotter. It's already hot out.
Right. Anything that's not room temperature is probably not what you want to do.
I gotta somehow get it in the bedroom where my other TV is on the side of the dresser.
Dim the lights.
It's a giant.
You gotta talk all nice about it.
It's a giant case I have for this. You see that? Yeah, it's heavy as fuck. It's awesome. It's awesome. But I think that's what's holding the wife back of letting me get it in there. So I gotta figure out how to get that.
Yeah, make a smaller case.
Or maybe just bring it in sometime.
When she's not looking.
Well, it is a new piece of fucking furniture.
Yeah, it really is. No, it really is. But I have considered a smaller case. But at the same time, the reason why I like my big case is because it stays cold. And I mean, I run all my shit on high for the most part. Like the computer's old, but it's still a beast.
Right.
So I still got to figure that out. So that's why I think I'm going to still hold up. It's going to probably be on Xbox. I'm probably going to try it again. But if this doesn't work, I'm going to demand a refund. Like I will.
Well, you got to play less than 2 hours.
Yeah. 2 weeks in less than 2 hours.
There you go.
Which, I mean, you should be able to knock out an episode in like 2 hours.
Right.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I was thinking that too. Like there are some games that you can finish in 2 hours.
But you also have to be part of the insider program to do refunds at this
for,
point.
for now. It's coming to everyone soon, though.
Like if I finish Gone Home in less than 2 hours, because I just returned it.
See, and that's...
Well, that's like actual sunlight. But I got that for free anyways. But
that, I mean, that's a big part of the
Pressing
stuff with... like Steam returns are the same as what they're doing on Xbox.
Yeah.
And one of the big problems is those shorter games. People are playing them, beating them, just
Yeah.
returning them because they're
Yeah.
assholes.
Yeah. There's always assholes.
so that's the thing. If you're playing a game that if it takes you only like an hour or so to beat, if it was a great game, who fucking cares? You probably only spent what $5 at the most on it anyways. If it's that short, you probably spent like $5.
At most, like 15 maybe.
At the most 15. It's like, dude, just come on. It's an indie developer, of course.
Right.
But it's like just, I don't know. People suck.
Getting back to the handheld thing, there was one more thing I
Yes.
wanted to mention.
Yeah.
You had talked about like the feeling of holding the thing and that you're used to that. That's another problem I have with handhelds. I don't know. Granted, I don't have massive hands or anything. 3DS, Vita, both of them hurt my hands if I hold it for an extended period of time.
Oh no, me too. I don't think I have big hands at all. I think I've got kind of a little bit smaller hands, and yeah, I'm the same way. 3DS because like I play RPGs on both systems,
Right.
and if I'm sitting there for like a 3-4 hour session, there's throughout that time I've got to put it down for a little bit. I'm like, just do like one of these, like stretch out my hands.
Right, I can't even go that long. I'll be holding it, and like it's the top of the hand that starts hurting.
Yeah.
And
Oh
so
no, I
I'm
know
like-
what you
I'm
mean.
like,
I
can do that, or I can have the PlayStation or Xbox controller, which are like ridiculously great ergonomics,
Yeah.
and sit there and just feel fine.
I've never had the issue with the Switch though, with that design.
Really?
Well, it's longer. It's a little.
It's longer, and
way it
the
is.
Joy-Cons are a little thicker than like
Yeah.
the Vita.
That makes sense.
So, yeah,
you actually grip it still.
Right.
Yeah, and it's because of like how like thick they are this way. Like you are kind of like more gripping, like holding it. Like you're not kind of like this,
Right.
with it. Well, that's what you do though. Like with the Vita, if I'm playing some like PS1 games on there, you got to be really careful because like I think what was I playing? Final Fantasy VIII. I was playing Final Fantasy VIII on my Vita for the actual PS1 that you can buy from the PSN store. My one of my fingers was touching the back touchpad, and I'm like, I'm hitting X. I'm like, why won't the speech go? Why won't the speech go? Because it was thinking I was holding on a trigger button while doing that, and like so I had to hold it like this. It was the most uncomfortable thing ever.
The very few times I played PS1 games on my Vita was I'd make the top left and right of the front touchscreen R2 and L2.
Oh, okay.
So I don't.
That makes
I
sense.
had
Yeah.
that problem with everything because I forget what game I was trying to play, but I had the same problem. Like I kept like throwing potions. I was like, what the fuck?
Yep.
I don't want to do this right now. So I did the same exact thing, but yeah, I had to switch that over because I put it originally and I put R3 and L3 like on the lower, but I kept hitting those too. Like, there's no good answer for that.
Yeah, but I love my
Can't
hand.
beer me that beer.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Beer me a beer. You didn't think you were gonna get through.
Yeah.
I'm playing on it.
I love my handhelds though. I absolutely love them. I mean, it's the best thing for RPGs. Like it's great for RPGs. Because I will, like I said, like you like the quick hits. I don't mind sitting there for an extended amount of time playing my Vita, playing my 3DS. Like I'm like that kid I'm like that person I got the pillow, my back, my knees up, and I'm playing like this.
And honestly, I feel like I can fit handheld gaming in my life significantly easier.
Oh, absolutely.
Than something that.
Well, like I said, and like now with like the way the Switch is and everything, like I said, like before, I bring it with me to work. I get an hour for lunch. I eat for 20 minutes. The other 40 minutes, I'm getting some gaming in. Like it's great because like these games that like I'm able to do that with, I'm kind of making progress and getting through.
Right,
We're like something like Persona 5, which I'm dying to play. I just haven't had time. So like I'm still stuck on like 5 hours of that just sitting there like at home because I can't do anything about it.
Right. Anything else?
Not really.
Good.
Tired of listening to you talk.
But speaking of my Vita,
Too bad.
I am really tempted to get a new one.
What? Why?
No, I'm good with mine, but there's a slight little gash underneath the screen somehow.
Okay.
Underneath the screen that's
Weird.
bothering the fuck out of me. And I've had this Vita's it's a launch date Vita, and I have that feeling something's gonna happen.
They're going to
to
discontinue
it.
him and it's going to die.
Yeah. But something's gonna happen to my system. I just have that gut feeling, and also too having to carry around the power cord for that because it's that old one. Is annoying as fuck.
The old one's proprietary.
Like as much as the OLED screen's way better screen. The screen's awesome on it. I'm tempted to get one of the newer ones.
That sweet micro.
It's got the nice micro USB, so like no matter where I am, like that's kind of like I'm thinking like so the one I have now is like my Vita for at home, and then that one would be like my on the road Vita because it's I have that port anyways for my phone and other things. So I've been thinking about that. I've been.
Interesting. Yeah, when I was looking which Vita I wanted to get, the big determining factor was the charging cord.
Yeah.
Because it's just a pain in the ass.
Well, and isn't the battery life a little bit better too on those as well? Because it's not the
OLED,
it's the LCD, right?
I can get like 8-ish hours out of mine, like pretty much no problem.
Jesus, that'd be great. I get maybe 3.
Exactly.
3.5.
Those were two things.
Yeah.
And honestly, if I'm playing, like, I usually play in the dark, and I don't know, like the screen looks awesome. So like I really don't have an issue with it at all. All right, so any final words on handheld gaming?
No.
Right. So my gift to you.
My gift to you.
Your gift to me was Overcooked.
Yes.
Now
I should probably pay you for that, by the way.
Yeah, you should. I ended up getting on a PlayStation. I told her just give me $10 for it because that's how much it was on Xbox. Because at some point I didn't get a chance to play with Beth because we're on a shortened schedule here, and it was Easter. Give me a goddamn. But we will.
You can go find eggs in the grass any day.
Well, we had 4 parties in 24 hours.
Well, no less people.
No. But, I did play this
social life.
Yeah, so I didn't get a chance to play with Beth. But I did play it myself, and it is okay. It should be played with 2 people, straight up. Because here's the layout of the game. So you have like one kitchen, which changes wildly, which I'll get into in a minute. But then you have 2 chefs, and orders come up. And you move from they have different setups in on the kitchen where like you would get like the tomato out of it, but you can't just put a tomato on a hamburger. You got to go cut it up. So you got to go from the tomato box to cutting it up to putting it on the bun, more or less. And you got to put the bun out too. There's a bun crate, there's a meat crate, there's a tomato crate, there's a lettuce crate, and you got to cut all that stuff up. But while you're doing that, other things are happening throughout the game. So like, God, this is like the game is so manic. It's kind of hard for me to explain.
Sure.
So, again, orders come up, and they're varied. Like you said, originally it's just like soup. And it's like you only have one kind of soup, and it's onion soup. So you basically use both chefs to go get onions. You cut them both up, and you put them in the pot while it's on the stove. Then you got to do that 3 times, and then you can serve the dish. So you got to take the pot off of the...
Do you include bread?
No. You're pushing your luck to the man. So you take the pot off the stove, you pour it into the bowl, you put the pot back on the stove, and you put it to the serving area, and you serve it. And then the dishes come back dirty. So then what do you do? Like, because you only have so many plates.
Right.
Serve a dirty dish. Fuck these people.
So
you literally, I don't think you can. I actually didn't even try.
You can. I've seen.
So then you're adding another layer onto it, and then. So you got to have like one guy who's cleaning dishes and the other guy is chopping. So that kind of cuts your productivity in half, but you still have the orders coming in. So you still got to put it all together and get it out there. So, and that is like the easiest version of the game.
Right.
Now, let's say you leave the onions in the pot for too long, right?
You burn that shit.
Yep.
Not only do you burn it, it sets on fire and starts setting all the other parts of the kitchen on fire.
Yeah.
So you need to like grab those fire extinguishers, put all that stuff out. You need to throw that pot. You need to throw that food away. Put the pot back on there because you may only have one pot. You still got to use that pot, and you get more and more, and you get to recook everything. The real genius part about this game is the level design because they really put you in a bind when you're doing these these seemingly simple things where you take the fruit, take the vegetable from here, put it here, cut it, put it on a plate, and serve it. But in the game, they have one of the kitchens. You're on a pirate ship, and the pirate ship is moving. So they have these 2 two counters that keep moving on you, and sometimes it completely blocks off one of your chefs. So now you're like, fuck, I only got one chef now, and all the plates are on this side. How am I? So you gotta like pass the plates along, and you gotta move it all along, and then it shifts back. Like, oh fuck, I'm out of sorts again. You gotta put it all back together. They have one where you're on two food trucks that are moving, and the trucks will separate. Okay. So like, and then I can only serve on this truck, but I can only prepare on this truck. But all the food's on the other truck. So I was like, so I got like, I got like they'll come back together. So you got like, again. The best word for this game is manic. Yeah. You gotta manically like get everything back to where it is, then you separate, and then you gotta like chop up everything. So when it comes back together, you gotta haul ass and get it back on the side where you can serve it, put it all together and serve it. But like, in the whole time, there's this very tongue-in-cheek story about like the very first level is you're serving this giant meatball monster lettuce, and that's obviously not enough to feed a meatball monster, so he destroys the world. So he sends you back to like 1992 for some reason, like this Onion King guy. It's such a weird time, like 1992. They send you back
How stoned were you?
I don't know. I felt high as shit. So they send you back to 1992 to start learning your trade, so you can actually put a decent meal together to satisfy the meatball monster, so it goes away. And he has some really like
something with ground beef.
And
make him go cannibal.
And this is really like weird, like orchestral music playing in the background. It sounds very. If you close your eyes, it would sound like this very serious thing is happening. But then you open it up, and it's like, what's going on? And then
they should play the music from Seinfeld when Kramer and Newman are making sausage.
So, and you have each individual level. Each individual level is like I think like 4-ish minutes to get as much out there as possible. Every time you put a dish out, you get points. If you do it correctly and in a timely manner, you get tips, and that goes towards your points. And you try to get a certain amount of points to get stars. So it's like one of those 3-star type games.
Yep.
And you're going along, and like you go through the first 5-6 levels, and you go to like I think they call it like a house. And you go to a house and you talk to the Onion King, like, all right, now it's 1995. That was quick, wasn't it? Like what is like what's going? And he has a dog that talks. But doesn't talk. It's like I don't know if I'm just like sensing what he's saying.
Who created this game?
It is.
How
bonkers.
much acid did you take when you were writing this game?
And like when you get into the levels design too, and add on top of it, just like I was thinking we were like 7 or 8, and it was just like it was a rectangle. Everything was open, and I'm like, okay, maybe this is gonna be the level.
This looks way too easy.
Yeah, maybe this is gonna be the level where I'm gonna have to put like a bunch of stuff out. Like put like a bunch of orders out so I get enough stars actually to pass. So I'm playing, and I'm going. All of a sudden, the whole screen starts shaking, and it was an earthquake, and the half of the kitchen was above the other end of it. So again, I had to serve up here, but all my prep was down here, and I had one guy here and one guy here, and I was just like, and now what do I do? So like,
shot.
Yeah, and like the way it is, everything's all square, so they have like little sections. So each counter has like square, and so you can like prep everything out. So I'm like cutting lettuce like there's no tomorrow. I have it all prepped up, waiting for this guy, and I'm just running back and forth. If you had 2 players on that, it would be significantly easier.
Especially if you can communicate.
But then you're adding in the communication aspect of it.
Oh, sure.
And you know what I mean? So like
yelling.
This is why I want you and Beth to play
I know, and we're going to. And
yelling.
And I really, really like it though. Like it's so.
I've never heard a person say a bad thing about this game.
It's so good, and it does that really awesome hook where it's a 4-minute level. It's a 3-star thing. All right, I passed it. They introduce a new element. No, I'm gonna go back and get the 3 stars wherever it is. So I'm at that point where I don't want to pass a level, and the only reason I passed any levels without 3 stars was just because I want to get further in the game so I can talk more about it. But like, every single time I go into a new kitchen, like I have no idea what's going to happen.
Yeah.
And the way they set it up is really smart. Where sometimes you have they have a kitchen where they only have one pathway. So I'm bumping into my other guys, and like I have to go all the way around to get the onion to bring it all the way back to put it into the pot, and it's like it's such a simple dynamic. And they have figured out so many different ways to iterate on it and change it and make it interesting. Like every single time I play it, I feel like I have like that first minute, that 4 minutes, like, okay, what do I do here? Even though it's the same thing where I get the food from here, I put the food in that, I chop it up, I bring the food there. It's the same game over and over again, but they figure out how many many different things to add on top of it. It's like I'm not even into like the hard levels yet. You know what I mean? So like I can't even imagine where this is going to go eventually. But
now I might have missed. excuse me, I might have missed it when you said it earlier.
Yeah.
But now, since you're playing single player,
Yeah.
are you controlling both guys? Or are you
Yes.
playing with computer? Okay, so you have to swap
You
between
swap
the
them
two.
back and forth.
So it's basically kind of like playing snipper clips by yourself in a way. Like it's doable, but you really shouldn't.
Yeah, I imagine it's the same type of experience.
Yeah.
Where like, yes, I can do this, but I prefer not.
Got it.
And when you switch characters, the other character is literally just standing still.
Oh.
And there's some yeah.
So it's not even like a bot playing with you.
No, absolutely not. And it's just, and making that like juggling back and forth is kind of like part of like a puzzly experience for you
Yeah.
as well. But if you got a chance to play with somebody else, play it
Definitely
that
the way to do it. Yeah.
It is. I can't think of a better couch co-op game I've played in the past fucking 15 years.
Awesome.
I mean, Snipper Clips might
Portal?
be. Snipper Clips might be.
Yeah.
I don't think that. I mean, that's not technically a couch co-op game. I don't think. I mean, it has a co-op on there, but I don't think that's like what it was designed to do. Like, it wasn't. This is a couch co-op game.
Portal 1 I was able to get through by myself.
Portal 2 you can play by yourself.
I haven't tried it.
You
I
can.
have it. I
You
just haven't
should.
tried it.
It's amazing. Portal 2 has a
lot
normal
harder.
version and a co-op version.
Yeah.
So the co-op version, you're the two little robots.
You're a little robot.
I wish. What the fuck were their names? Alice and something else. Anyway, no, like this is like that's one of those really fun party games too. I think where like everyone just yelling,
Get some drinks flowing.
Yeah, it's
Everyone
like everyone's
hammered.
yelling like, I need fucking tomatoes. Where are you? And like
Sounds like the perfect Switch game to me.
honestly,
Two Joy-Cons. Here you go.
it would be
That would be awesome.
And the way the buttons are laid
I have to
out,
imagine that's in the works.
I hope so.
it has to be because the buttons are laid out. Or like it could almost be played on a Nintendo controller.
Yeah.
because you move along with the left stick. I mean, if you're playing with two players, you don't need the R1 or L1, whatever it is, to switch
Right.
between people. Then they have like pickup and they have do, and they have a dash button too. But like. Pick up and do is 99% of what you do in that
Yeah.
game. Half the time you don't even have room to dash because you might fall off a fucking moving truck while you're doing it, which I did, by the way.
Awesome.
Well, I fell off the truck and I figured like, all right, then they'll just like, an angel will come up and drop him back down.
Right.
And like, all of a sudden, like I only had one chef. I'm like, oh, I'm not gonna get in with this one at all. He came back, but it was like a good like 10 seconds later.
Overcooked will be on the Switch later this year.
There you go.
Yes.
Dude, it's perfect. It has so much imagination. Like and then like this.
It'll have HD Rumble support.
Yes. When your shit's on fire, the controller's just shaking.
It's like you chop it.
Oh, I can see it with the chopping. Yeah. Oh my god, yes.
That's a no fucking brainer. If
Awesome.
you have a Switch, you are buying this.
Awesome.
Game.
If you have a Switch and a friend, you're buying this game.
Yeah, but it's one and
Thank you,
it is and
Maybe.
the real genius behind it too is
I'll
like
try to get the wife to play.
that's the thing. Like I think once I do get Beth into it, I think she's actually really gonna like it because. It feels like an old like Nintendo game because it is so simple.
Yeah.
It's
hard.
It's hard and there's so much that goes along with it. But there's a lot of charm that goes along with it too. And I talk about like the goofy characters, whatever it is. There's a lot of different chefs you can unlock along the way too. There's a versus mode which I don't know how the hell that even works. I imagine it's like just one, but even in the versus mode, like you still have those crazy levels. So I have no idea how that would work.
Sure.
They have like 2 expansions out already. Like they just keep adding more and more and more. And like I'm just really excited to get. I want to get to the end of that game just to see how crazy this shit actually gets. Because I can't even. I mean, the intro levels are goofy. Like I can't even imagine what it's going to be like once you get further into the world. But yeah, Overcooked is awesome. And like you said, if you have a friend, go get Overcooked.
Just go find one.
Yeah.
Anyone.
See if you can maintain that friendship through playing that game.
And I can see, man.
That's the ultimate
Just
challenge.
I cannot see playing that game with somebody else and it's not being in constant communication with them because, like I said, when I was going to switching back and forth, like I was switching over here to pick this up and drop it over into the pot, but the pot, if you leave it for too long, again, it overcooks and it gets on fire. But
it overcooks.
Didn't mean to do that at all. But you can take the pot off and put it somewhere else.
You're
and
too far away here.
I know you can't. But like, it's for such a simple premise. There's so many things that can go wrong, and there's so many different things you are managing as you go. Like I can't imagine not being in constant communication with the person you're talking to. But yeah, it is awesome. And I bought the super hyper edition for $20, whatever it was, and I can't wait to get into all the different pieces of that game. So
very cool.
All right, let me see if I still have it pulled up here.
Super Championship Turbo Edition,
more or less.
The Guacamelee edition. Can you imagine playing Guacamelee? as one of the chefs. That would be awesome. That'd be hilarious.
I said, and like they have so many different characters, and they're off the wall too. Like I unlocked. I think it was a raccoon in a wheelchair. Like like I said, they're just anything and everything goes in that game.
Awesome.
And there's this. It's just one, 3/4 screen, just you cooking shit, and they figured out how to make it completely crazy. All right, so now it's my turn to pass back to Art.
Great.
And
Yeah.
we're gonna get weird.
Yeah.
It's been too long.
Art deserves weird all the time.
I literally can't believe this game exists in the PlayStation.
Oh, it's PlayStation
It's a
too.
PlayStation 4. It's a
Ooh.
PlayStation 4 game. I'm gonna read you the description.
Okay.
Okay.
Just Katie Powers Matchmaker.
Damn it. No.
No, you would enjoy that.
I was saying, depending on how
I was like, you would
that.
enjoy that.
Okay. Everybody is someone like Johnny deep inside. So it says walk on his shoes. That's what it
Right.
says. And get
The wording is fantastic.
and
already.
get back into the speed dating game. Use your Linger app to choose from 9 eligible bachelorettes and get the ultimate reward: a well-earned controller rumble massage.
Oh,
Frequently asked questions. Okay, so what do I get? Answer: a fine dating simulator with a possibility of getting a real massage from the controller. Question 2: What's up with the massage and the controller? We programmed various vibration patterns depending on the date's personality. Ooh. Question: interesting. How do I play it? Answer: during the date, you select the best flirting lines to conquer the girl you are dating.
I'm great at flirting and conquering. They're just conquests.
Question: will I be able to conquer my crush after playing this game? Answer: maybe. Results may vary.
It sounds like if my crush is a prostate massage, I can definitely conquer it with this game.
Yeah.
It says, what the heck? If it helps, then we'll take full credit. Last question. How do I freaking pronounce the name? It's pronounced Mr. Masagi.
Okay.
The game's called Mr. Masagi. It is $4 and is on the PlayStation Network. It is mature rated for...
How did I know that? Would you send you $6 instead of the 10 I just sent you?
Oh, yeah? It is
for services rendered.
Mature for sexual themes, strong language, and drug reference.
Ooh.
Step 1. So it says how to play. Step 1. Pose valiantly. Step 2. That's kind of what he's doing on this picture. Step 2. Take your controller and place it on your neck or other places. Step 3. Relax.
Dear diary. Jackpot.
Step 3. Relax and let one of your new friends massage those troubles away.
Oh my God.
It came out like 2 weeks ago. I was going through the PlayStation Network. I'm like, what the hell is this? I cannot wait to give it to Art.
This sounds interesting. If it's not super weird, I'm going to be disappointed.
No, I don't want. You should look at the screenshots. Hold on.
It sounds kind of relaxing.
The screenshots are...
I'll be relaxed by the time it's done. Major stress relief.
Yeah.
In the butt.
There, look at the screenshots. But wait.
What the F?
How about
Oh,
that?
hey.
Oh, hello.
You see the finger right there for some reason? I don't know why. Art's going to tell
You
us.
must find out what the finger means, what it's for.
He's not on an iPhone. He's on his phone, going through the app.
I am...
This is phenomenal. This is even $4 well spent. I can already tell. $4 well spent.
Oh, my goodness gracious.
This is awesome.
Might see if I can hook the computer up there, the PlayStation up to the computer and stream this. Or
I don't
stream from the PlayStation.
Dude, it is so stupidly
I was gonna
easy
say, yeah,
to
just do
stream
that.
on the PlayStation. And you definitely should. You should definitely play the... Like, I do the first hour of videos. You should do, like, the first hour of this. I want you...
That would be cool. That'd be awesome.
Unless the date's going well, then make it an hour and a half. I want to see where this is going.
Or we understand if you have to turn off early.
And,
For good reason.
listen, if the date's going well, I want things to be over quick.
So if you're looking... Mr. Masagi is what you're
Oh
going to look for
my God.
when you get home.
How do you spell massage?
Well, I just lost it. God damn it, Art.
There it goes.
Is it the word Mr. or MR?
Mr.MASSAGY.
AGI.
AGY.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
Mr. Masagi.
Is that why?
That's the question. I was like, well, how do I pronounce this thing? It's Mr. Masagi.
The Y makes it sexy.
How do you pronounce this thing? However you want.
It's your money, however you want it. Mr. Masagi. Enjoy. Please stream that.
I type in MR period and it's the first thing that pops up in autocomplete.
Oh, there you
popular.
go. Yeah. I was like, Mr. Mosquito must not be on there. Oh no, I think Mr. Mosquito was actually
That's
written
PlayStation
out.
2?
PlayStation 2. It's a great game.
All right, we're gonna leave that open in the PlayStation app, so I remember to buy that.
Yeah, you are.
That's awesome.
Where can people
man.
find us online and watch you get a massage?
Oh, they're not gonna see that part. The massage is just for me.
Can you borrow your PlayStation camera?
Yeah, you got it. You got it.
No.
I got you covered, buddy.
For my eyes only. Maybe my anus.
Kill him.
Oh, you lost.
Kill him.
Wait,
You lost me.
Can I borrow a controller?
Hell no.
You want to borrow the VR? You want to play with the VR mascot?
Only if I can I borrow a move wand?
Yeah.
That way work better.
You got it.
Is this a VR game? I didn't check
No, I
that
don't
out.
think so.
All right.
For $4, I highly doubt
Yeah,
it.
that's a good question. Very good point.
People could find us on Facebook, SoundCloud, iTunes, right here, or go to those sites and search The Sticks Podcast. You can find us on YouTube at youtube.com/SticksGamingVids. Find us on Twitter at Sticks Podcast.
Steak, final words.
Stay tuned for more
Improvements.
changes and improvements to the studio here.
Yeah, I said the set here is going to be an ongoing.
It's gonna be an ongoing thing, so every episode might be quite different, right? So we get something steady.
For sure.
But it's exciting.
Yeah.
It's very cool. And like I said, we're recording this pretty early, so if something does break within the next few days from when we're recording, which I'm sure it will, normally it would actually be like, hey, this actually broke in time for us to record on. Now that we're recording early, something's gonna happen.
Yeah, we're recording like a week early. Just, full disclosure.
Yeah,
It's Wednesday. This will post 6 days from now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the 19th.
Exactly. So keep that in mind, but also too, hopefully that because of that though,
I'm sure some major story will break in the next 6 days.
you're right. But hopefully because of that though, we'll have some extra new graphics in the videos and the new intro and stuff and all that good stuff.
Yeah, I think it'll look great. I'm hoping we sound good. I'm a little concerned about the sound. I'm not gonna lie.
We'll see. Yeah, I mean, like when I was listening through the headphones, I mean,
Listen.
I got a little bit of an echo here, like not echo, but like I can't describe it exactly, but it doesn't. It wasn't too bad.
We
So
can discuss this more.
Cool.
we'll mess around with it.
Yeah. Oh, you gotta say something?
No, I was gonna say we can have production meetings. Not. In the
Nah,
middle
this
of
is the
video.
best part. This is like behind this. Like the show's over 10 minutes. ago. The show's over 10 minutes. ago.
It's been
now,
done.
now this is just the behind the scenes how we put the shit together.
Sticks after dark.
Oh yeah, that's a great idea. That's a really good idea. Stay tuned.
Great idea is just one of the things I bring to this.
Oh my gosh,
Even though I stole that from, I'm pretty sure, when we had the your
It's
buddies on.
It's okay.
that's fine.
It's my idea. I come up with great
They don't
ideas.
remember.
Great ideas right here.
See you next time, stickheads.